the world from a very, very different perspective. Because if we keep doing the old thing, same old thing, same old patterns, we get the same old stuff. And that's what's happening in the world. If you look at the world today, it just cycles over and over again. Whether it's wars, whether it's political issues, it just gets worse and worse because we're cycling downwards. Each with each cycle, we go lower and lower and deeper and deeper. And as we do that, well, we start to face our inner demons, and that's what this medit. Gosh, Moss, I've been doing so many sessions here. That's what this Masati on Sunday is about: facing your inner demons, letting go of those inner demons, so we don't get entangled with them, so we can do something different about it. And that's what XI is really all about: understanding the inner workings of who we are, how we create ourselves, how we render this reality. Most people most people try to figure out their reality or try to figure out life at the effect level, right? My life is not going well, therefore I need more money, or I need more spiritual intelligence, or I need another relationship. But then time after time after time again, if you look at the world, what you see is that we start to repeat the same patterns. You know, you get more money and you're still the same person. You're still ill. You still have devastating relationships. You burnt yourself out creating that money and you didn't go anywhere. Yeah, you accumulated a lot of money. The other hand, you know, you get spiritual connection. You know, you slave away, you work, and then you sacrifice more and more and more and more to understand God or whatever your definition is. And what happens? You're still the same person. You're struggling even more. You might be a little enlightened, but not that much. Or you need a new relationship time after time, you know, relationship after relationship turns out to be the same relationship, just with a different person. So why did that happen? Well, in a session, we call it the inner demons, and we'll go deeper into those inner demons. The inner demons is not necessarily, you know, witchcraft or, you know, the devil within and all that stuff that we talk about. It's those things, you know, people think those things are outside of us, or the inner demon within us as well. Might as well to get that out, is where people start to think that, you know, God has it in for them, right? Why did God do this to me? Why did, you know, God give me cancer? Why did, and then we start to realize, or we start to, you know, put things together like, oh, God did this to me because there's a lesson for me to learn and all that stuff. It's all bullshit. It's just all about your inner demons. God has nothing to do with how you render your reality here. You've got free will. Okay. So with your inner demons, obviously you can't access that free will. So today we're going to go deep. We're going to talk about we're going to actually access a live scan where I can scan an individual with my abilities that I've had through three near-death experiences. And it allows me to understand, it allows me to scan you, it allows me to understand who you really are at a very deep level, not just understand you, but then also transform you. Which creates a huge impact on your life, hence the impact sessions. Now, if you're listening to this, okay, uh, you will feel the effects as well, especially if you have this similar issues with her. And then after these impact sessions, we'll go live with you. If you want me to say scan your frequencies, all you have to do is go, hey, can you scan me? I don't need to know your name or anything like that. I can scan you and not just scan you again, but help you shift and help you transform. So it's quite amazing what and how fast we can change. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and to the first individual, which is, who was it? I'm sorry. Amber. Sorry about
Hi, good morning, Moss. How are you?
I'm doing really well, Amber. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I haven't worked with you in years, and I'm really looking forward to this session as I've got some very scary health issues, and my finances are turned not just upside down, but like I'm $5,000 overdrawn in my checking, like beyond. I've
Okay.
made a mess of things, but my
Um,
my health issues start in my brain. I have myovascular ischemic disease
Okay.
and some bone degeneration and some Lyme's. So just it's like like you said, the inner demons have come up and
Yeah. Amber,
worse.
take a deep breath in, Amber. Again, I'm not a doctor or anything, so I don't claim to cure anybody. However, people have cured themselves of, the most severest diseases. So, once you awaken your internal self, awaken your healing self, your self-healing program, people can heal themselves from pretty much anything. And I've seen it happen. The craziest things. People have come out of comas. People have cured themselves of cancers. Again, I can't guarantee anything, but let's see what that inner demon is about you. If you look at yourself, Amber, as I'm looking at you, take a breath in again. Just notice your throat area. We'll get into the physicalness of your issues, but at a frequency level, you always entangle yourself with situations or problems. This is the third time that it's gotten severe for you from what I'm seeing. Does that make sense? Three times in your life, you've
Yeah.
like dug yourself in the hole. So that's
Yep.
what we need to look at. Why do you keep digging yourself in the hole? So if we can stop that, then you have access or the medicines or whatever that you need to help you physically with your health problems and then financial problems uh, will work much better for you. Okay, does that make sense for you, hon?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So take a breath in again. Notice your neck area. You Amber. When I see you, you entangle yourself with masculine people. Fact, you have a masculine resonance around that, and you're female, which doesn't really work out well, by the way, right? And then you feel like you feel like you're trapped within your body. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, breath in again, hon. So, when you're trapped within your body, what happens is that over time, you literally get compressed. You imprison yourself more and more. The way you do that is literally cycling yourself down into deeper depths of, let's just call it hell, or deeper depths. Yeah, let's just call it negative consciousness. When you get into negative consciousness, nothing can grow, including your finances, because finances or money is just basically a reflection of how enlightened you are. Okay? So let me just state that again. Finances or money is becoming a reflection on how enlightened you are. So in today's reality, you will see billionaires who are not enlightened. They might be billionaires, but they will feel and look and act like they are poor. Okay? Despite the levels of money, you will people at that level, at any level, again, as let's see, as value systems start to create themselves, for real value systems, not fake value systems. In today's reality, that's what's happening. This is where everything is starting to crumble, right? You look at any industry, any aspect of society, things are starting to crumble because the real value system is coming into play. This is where there are trillion dollar valuations on companies nowadays. Right? They didn't go from a couple hundred million to a trillion now. The value of money is so low that, well, you have to evaluate yourself at $1 trillion to have the same value as, say, a couple million or a couple $100 million. That makes sense for you. People are going through the same exact sense as well. You, Amber, are going through the same space. So if you look at yourself and you look at your successes, for example, not just Amber, but anybody else on this call here, or even on the recording, what you'll see is that what you've done is what you won't be happy with what you've accomplished in your life. Does that make sense for you, Amber? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and again, you've accomplished a lot, but the deal is that you've lost yourself. You've sacrificed who you are to accomplish whatever that you wanted in life. In fact, you sacrificed yourself for money, you sacrificed yourself for love, you sacrificed yourself for a deeper connection of yourself. So in that scenario, you're digging a hole for yourself. The more you want, the more the deeper that you go. Take a breath in again, hon. So in this case, since valuations are coming to, coming to term or coming up, you've dug yourself in the hole. So no matter how stingy you become, no matter how like you become a penny pincher, you would still feel a negative value in your bank account. Those who feel that, by the way, right? How many of you have gone through, or how many of you know people that have gone through? Is like they make a hell of a lot of money, but then somehow they have a negative, say, balance in their bank accounts and their finances, right? Or they lose a lot. They lose a huge piece of their investment or their savings. The reason why is what I just explained. Again, you could blame it on, you can blame it on inflation or deflation or whatever the hell is going on, but the core level reason is valuations are coming to term. So in you, Amber, basically there is no value for you. Okay. Does that make sense for you?
It does. How do I learn to value
Okay.
myself and value things?
Yep. Take a breath in. So as we've been speaking, Amber, I'm helping you fill that hole back in. I'm helping you bring back what you've spent, what you've sacrificed, what you've given away in exchange for physical goods. Okay. So as you take a deep breath in, just notice your gut area. When you start to, again, when you start to devalue yourself or exchange yourself, because that's what people do in today's society. Your value is based on how much money you make, right? Your salary, right? That's how people value themselves. That's not a true value. So true values are coming to term. But unfortunately, like I said, as true values come to term, you start to see how much you've given away of yourself, which is kind of crazy. So people will go, well, gosh, I'm deeply religious and, I feel like shit. I have no value. Well, yeah, because you sacrificed yourself for an idea of what God would think of you. If you sacrifice yourself, that's actually the demons of the devil, because God doesn't need you to sacrifice, by the way. I talk about this, Amber, because I think in your family, there's a sacrificial pattern or a religious type pattern involved in you as well. Does that make sense for you or no?
I don't. My mom's side was Catholic, and then my dad's side, they came from like Nazi Germany. They were my father's father was a Nazi. So
Yeah. So both sides literally um sacrificing, right? Or
yeah,
sacrificing others
yeah,
for their self-worth, which is even crazier. And then the Catholic Church, I don't know if I should say this or not, but the
that's
Catholic
gnarly.
Church, the Roman Catholic Church literally powered the Nazis, right? They
Yeah,
empowered Hitler. So I don't know if it's out there or not, but that's what I pick up. So,
yeah,
so
no,
again,
it's
it's
true.
all one and the same. Get it? And you're dwindling, cycling downward. So in this session, what I was doing is again keeping you disconnected from all that.
Great,
Um,
thank you.
Take a breath in, filling that hole back up. So what you will experience is that you'll start to see value in yourself. When you look in the mirror, you might not like yourself at first because you get to see the real value on what you're based on. And then this is what will wake you up. Because if something wakes you up, Amber, which is really nice, you kick yourself in the ass and then you move forward and you find a trajectory to become successful. So you have a lot of good points, and now you're going to use it for the proper space now that your demons have been removed from you. And again, we explained what the demons were. Breath in, notice your jawline area. Do you have issues in the neck area or
Yeah, degenerative bone disease, and it's killing. It hurts. It
yeah.
hurts.
So I would really have that checked out, hun. Uh,
Okay.
and another thing, having like bone disease or something like that is literally you burying yourself in a hole or burying yourself while you are live. Hence, you decay in your status. Literally, since you buried yourself so deep, you are starting to decay, and that's what I'm seeing in this whole area, which actually affects your the issues that you have with your brain. It's more of a again, not a doctor, but it seems like you have a blood issue that's
Okay.
decaying in your brain. Okay, that affects the brain, that affects the bone structure. It's interesting. Take a breath in again. All right. So, and then we have to move on. So, in your case, by the way, or if you look at blood, if you allow blood, say, to coagulate, pool in your body, it actually turns into bone. Okay. There's studies on that. So what's happening? It's the reverse of that. Your blood structure is not as complete, and then your bones start to decay. Hence, you have blood barrier issues, um, uh, uh, what is it, vein type issues, vein or
Mhm.
artery type issues, and so on like that. Because again, your arteries will start to decay. But again, I'm not diagnosing you or anything like that, but that's just what I'm seeing. So in this case, what I was doing is elevating you back into, say, zero consciousness or higher for you. And this is where you become an awareness of who you are. You start to see yourself as more of a eternal being, an infinite being, rather than a physical form that degrades. And this is where you amp yourself up to a level and go, hey, I am worthy. And this is where your checkbook starts to balance itself out. Otherwise, it's always like throwing money in a hole. Okay. And that's the way it's been. And then also as well, you're not going to be worried about holding on or taking problems of men on. By the way, I got rid of all that. I got rid of a lot of things that I didn't really discuss. But you'll start to see a lot of efficiency in you coming through, okay, and staying like above water, basically. Okay, huh? That
Thank
makes
you
sense.
so much. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
Moss.
you're so welcome, Sudi. And I would definitely do the human upgrade just to keep that momentum going. All right.
Okay.
All right. We'll move on to Ladine, and then afterwards, we'll scan all you guys, see what's going on. All right, and we'll pull out those inner demons within you. Is it Ladine?
It's Ladan.
Laden. Sorry about that. All right.
That's okay.
How are you, hon?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. If there's anything, say, specific that you really want to focus on, but it seems like you've done a lot of spiritual work on yourself. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. So, which is really great. And again, not knocking anything down, but a lot of people who do spiritual work, or people who, who do a lot of religious work, they do God's work and so on like that, or seem to think that they do God's work. Liden, what happens is that those ideologies of God's work or spiritual work is based on human factors or human concepts of what God needs or what spirituality is about. If that makes sense for you. Okay. So what you've done literally is you've sacrificed yourself. You sacrificed your identity just in another form, just like Amber did. You sacrificed your, say, presence for being a good person, being a kind person. What you do is you allow people to say dump their emotions, dump their not just their emotions, their identity, their weaknesses, their distortions upon you. And then what you do is you go, I need more spiritual work. I need to stay present. But what you really need to do is, Laden, is literally go, gosh, you know what? I need to stop being a dumping ground for all the people around me. Does that make sense for you, honey?
Yeah, I can relate to some of that for sure.
Yeah.
Feeling that, in terms of my surroundings, a lot of people do look up to me for what they want to achieve as a presence of human spirit. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So, breath in. Notice your heart, your circulation here, right in this area. Did somebody pass away, or does somebody have issues, circulation issues, or lung issues, in your family? Huh?
Not long. I should tell you, I am journeying with ALS.
Okay, got it. Um, and quickly define ALS one, just to make sure that I've got it correct.
Lou Gehrig's disease.
Lou what?
Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig's disease? Okay, got it. Take a breath in, huh? I'm seeing a lot of, say, again, not a doctor, but I'm seeing a lot of congestion in this area for you. Let me just look up what ALS is, the definitions of that, if you don't mind.
Sure. I call it all loving souls.
Yeah. So Lou Gehrig's disease, nervous system disease that weakens muscles and impacts physical. So it's a nervous system disease that weakens muscles and impacts physical function. Yeah, in this disease, nerve cells break down, which reduce functionality in the muscles. Yeah, so sweetie, that's what I'm seeing. This area for you is literally starting to get really, really weak. Okay, hon? So and then it's going to affect your breathing, and then this is makes it hard for you. Again, I don't claim to cure anybody, and neither should Western or Eastern medicines claim to cure anybody, because curing yourself actually comes from within. You have to awaken, and that's what I do best. I do claim that I do awaken people far more than anything that's out there, is awaken your natural healing abilities. Because once you understand your natural healing ability, this is where fantastic things can come about, fantastic or miracles can come through. So take a breath in, hon. Just notice your chest area. Again, I just see this as a literally a frequency vortex. It's just like literally a void that's in you. This is where you have a need to help people. If you don't help people, you feel like, gosh, there's a void, or you're empty, or you literally will lose yourself. You would have no identity. Does that make sense for you, hon?
Maybe not so much related to identity, but it's almost like a service that I'm obligated to do in this lifetime. I
Okay.
don't identify. I
Uh,
understand what you're saying, but without it, I will be okay. I feel like I'm letting a higher source down.
Okay. So your obligation, the way you say it, you're obligated to do it. Again, the reason why you're obligated is not because God deems that you give your service to other people, again, which is really fantastic. Nothing wrong with that. But that obligation is literally a part of your identity. When people go, well, I'm obligated to do service for this, it's because you have an identity to serve, say, God in this respect, or be a good person. Again, that's an obligation where we go, oh, again, that's an identity. If you didn't have that obligation, hon, then you would be of no value to yourself. And that's where,
That's a different way to share.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. By the way, you right now, the way I see you, sweetie, Ladine, you are like literally changing in front of me, which is really cool. There's so much burden coming off you. I don't know if you feel it. I don't know. Comment in, guys, those people watching. You literally look, just like, well, years younger. There's that heaviness that is off you. And by the way, the heaviness is not just what you've done, right? In your family, that obligation of carrying other people's burdens or God's work is just handed down. It's like, honey, I'm too old, and I think did you take that obligation in your late teens or 20s?
I feel like from a very young age.
At a very young age. Yeah,
Yes.
I see it at a very young age.
Mhm.
Okay. So, and again, that's a lot of obligation, Sudhi. So can we just redefine what God's work is about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
So,
may have also used that word. I don't use it
yeah, of
often, but yes,
course.
yes.
Okay. So take a breath in, or however your obligation is about. Let's just redefine that. So your obligation is to become your purest possible self. Your obligation, yes, of course, is to help others become, say, a better version of who they are. The best way to do that is you heal yourself first.
That's
Okay.
right.
You become a pure version. And then instead of carrying people, or again, carrying people's weight or burdens, you become a lighthouse. Right? You shine your light the best possible way. You become that lighthouse, and you become a savior of those lost boats or lost souls that are in the sea of consciousness. That's
Mas,
how you really, really help people.
I was going to tell you that's exactly who I have been, but I feel like you said, that demon is holding on to the idea of application. However, in my presence, I am exactly that. Even when I got the diagnosis, I knew I was here to show what is possible.
Yes, yes. So I think that's why you're here, Sweetie, because
Yes,
you have fantastic, say, healing abilities of yourself. Now it's time to heal yourself first, and then when you can do that, it shows proof that there is a God. It
yes,
shows proof that it's like, damn, I healed myself completely.
what I'm
And
here from.
ALS, that's like an incurable disease, so
Yes,
they say in science.
yes,
But through God's eyes, it's like it could be cured. Anything can be cured. Anything can be redeemed, right?
absolutely.
In that spiritual work. So in this case, hon, take a deep breath in. Just notice your chest area here. Let's fill that void for you. Okay. um and it's and again, it's not just theory. When there's a grid around people, that grid is a frequency system. That grid is like a wire mesh. Say like a mannequin, right? You see at the store, they have a wire mesh, and then they put the skin and so on top, and then the clothing. So in this scenario, in the human body, there is a grid system. That is your frequency. That grid system sometimes has a hole or a void, and that and then your energy is like a black hole. And then you just get pulled, and anything that you do, excuse me, anything that you do just gets sucked into it. And then you need more and more and more of whatever you need. In this case, you need more and more of helping people. Okay. So we plugged that hole up for you, hon. Breath in. How's your chest, by the way? This lung area?
It's good. It feels like
Good. Okay. So when that happens, you start to hold on to your light. Okay, because again, you're always your light or your presence is always getting pulled out. Breath in again. There we go. So we'll stay in that stillness for just a second. All righty. This will help you again, come back or pull yourself into center. And as you pull yourself into center, you'll start to see amazing things happen, especially in your health. Again, I can't guarantee anything. You'll start to see things you'll actually feel stronger rather than, decaying with the disease. You'll start to have a different definition on how to help people. First, you might stay away from people or push people away because you have to like balance or harmonize yourself. But then as you do, people will look up to you from a different perspective. They'll look up to you. It's like, gosh, she's not my burden taker anymore, but she's actually a teacher that can actually teach me and help me understand who we really are as infinite beings. And that's what your obligation is about. Starting to show who you are as an infinite being, hon, not taking on people's burdens. Okay, hon? That makes
it,
sense for you?
it does. I honestly, I'm in the process, and you have
Yep.
just confirmed it. Thank you.
Yep. You're so welcome. And I just helped you accelerate
Yes,
what you are thinking of. Just
yes.
put you into that space. So
Thank
very
you
nice job, man. Thank you so much.
so much. Thank you.
All right. How did you guys enjoy that? Uh, oops, where did we go here? Mm, let's, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Let's move on to the let's move on to some of your comments here. Uh, huh? Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. All righty, guys. So as you start to notice again, or some of you sciencey people go, that can't work, that can't change, but if you look at the demons, or the demons of society, look at all the witchcraft that happens in the medical society. The medical industry is basically the second leading cause of death in the US. So are we curing disease, or are we causing more illnesses or more issues? So you have to take a look at that. So when when people go, that's not the science, XI isn't about, it's not backed by science, what science is it backed up by? Look at the science that's there. Look at the medical community. I mean, they cause more deaths than anything like that. I don't think that's really, say, a documented, well-established science as a whole. I would really say start to question the science that you all believe in, or the scientific community believes in. Not just the medical sciences, but the hard sciences, because we science out there is like, we've got smart machines, we've got advanced technology and so on. How advanced is your technology that you're creating if it's causing disease? Today we've got more people depressed, anxious, suicidal than ever before, and your own experts are talking about, yeah, it's because of the technology. So how advanced is that? How much science is backed? What type of science are you looking at to go, that's not, that XI is not a validated science, and we are. Again, take a look at the demons within those industries, and pull those out. Don't hide them. So whether it's an industry, a political view, a religious view, again, look at what you all believe in. Okay? And look at the past history, past results, and then extrapolate that into the future, and you'll start to understand it's like, shit, man, this science sucks. We can't believe in science. You should believe in science. You should believe in the science of the universe, the science that's been around for trillions of years, not billions, but trillions of years, perfecting itself. Right? We should actually adhere to that science. It's worked itself. It's got the proof. It's got the data. If you don't believe me, look at nature. It's in perfection all the time. Look at the creation of your human body. It's perfect all the time to get you at this level. Okay, so that's the science that we should take a look at. As a note, I wrote a letter, or kind of a speech, chat GPT, the XI version of chat GPT, and I, about this. It's quite interesting, and we'll put it on the newsletter for you. So if you haven't yet, sign up for the newsletter. Right. Alrighty, we will go into scanning you all, but first we just want to promote a few things coming up for you, so you can become exponentially intelligent. Healing mastery, by the way, to understand what true healing is about. So if you're a doctor, energy healer, Reiki person, or if you just want to heal yourself, that is coming up. I know we might. I think the VIP sessions, or a lot of the classes, are sold out, but there's been so much demand. We opened up some other opening spots for you. So we just kept, we added on, say, another class. All right. So just to get you all in there. So if you're still interested, or if you were on that waiting list, that's available for you now. We've got illuminating darkness. We got special pricing on that. Again, understand the darkness rather than hide the darkness or move away from that. That's coming up. Universal power frequencies. That's coming up for you. And then illuminated paths. It's a meditation on light, which is this coming, I believe this coming Friday, November 1st. All right. So again, a lot of things coming up for you. All right, let's move on to you all. This is Larry Stephen Hines. Could you scan my musician friend, Tim Falvey? He's new to XI. Sure. So Tim, he's got a lot of congestion in his chest. It's a lot of animosity. Tim, you have a hard time understanding who you are because you hold on to other people's identity of who you are. You're very, very sensitive. And say somebody says something just a little off, and your whole identity just goes out the window. Okay, so that's how sensitive you are. It probably comes from being on tippy toes around your mom or a feminine frequency. If your dad is more feminine, then it would be him. But again, you couldn't really be yourself. So, and you're very sensitive to shit. It's like, shit, if I do something, then, it's gonna, I'm gonna get hit or whatever it is. It's gonna cause commotion. So you're very sensitive to what you're saying or what your identity, what you reflect out. Because if it's not right according to your mom, then all hell breaks loose. So again, we can help you release that. Just take a breath in. Just notice this left side, this for you, Tim. All righty. There we go. And if I read you, guys, if I scan you, please comment in. I know I'm accurate. I've done this so many times. I know I'm accurate, but it allows you to understand. It's like, how the hell did it? How the hell did that guy do that? And it also allows those people who are in healing mastery to go, shit. What's the logistics? What's that consciousness, or where is he tapping into that information about? All right, Rena, can you help me delete the guilt pattern? Of course. Take a breath in, Rena. But your pattern is always like, I'm not okay here. The next step is going to be okay for me. So you're always like, if you lean too far forward, if you've ever done that, or walked down a steep hill, or you ran down a steep hill, it's pretty hard to just like slow down or get that momentum. And that's what's happening for you, Rena, in space and time, in the multidimensional space. You're creating yourself forward, like you're leaning forward. And as you lean forward, what do you have to do to stay in balance? You have to step forward. So you're always like falling forward. If you're standing still, you'll fall forward. So you're always going to the next step, the next step, the next step, the next step. So when you say, can you help me delete the guilt pattern? You literally are running away from guilt. Guilt is pushing you forward, and then you get pushed into those things that you don't want. That makes sense for you? So let's take a deep breath in. Let's just stand you straight up, nice and tall. Okay, so sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in. Look, don't run away from guilt. Look at the guilt. And then you've done the work. You've done a fantastic opportunity. You've done a fantastic job cleaning up. Now all you have to do is stand up to yourself. Stand up with yourself. Stand up to the old logic systems that you've had in the past. So this is more psychological for you. You stand up and you just go, why the hell do I feel guilty? And take a look at it, point blank, and you go, fuck, I don't need to feel guilty anymore. And then that is the last piece for you. And you can do that right now. I think it actually broke. Yeah, it broke for you, didn't it? Nice job. That's all that you needed, Rena. Crazy stuff. But do you feel like you can just stand still and not be pushed around? Right? Again, comment in, would you? Thank you. Hannah, can you help my grandfather? He is very sick and I'm worried he won't elevate properly. Sure. Just as a note, when I've helped people kind of, who are in that transitionary mode, they tend to cross over easier and faster. So just note that. Some people go, hey, Moss, can you work on my so-and-so and, keep them alive? It's like, well, I'm not that, I'm not, I just help you become the best version of yourself. If you're the best version of yourself is on the other side, then that's where you'll go. Okay, so just note that. Or people come to me. By the way, Hannah, take a breath in. Yes, and I'll work on your grandfather. People come to me and go, "Hey, Moss, my pet is really sick. Can you save him?" It's like, well, I create the best version of themselves. A lot of people use their pets as dumping grounds for their emotions, right? This is where what kind of the animal mentally, what do they call it? Emotional support animals. Holy hell, a whole new genre, a whole new way of not being able to handle your emotions or your stress or your frequencies. So what do you do? It's like, shit, I need help. I need something to dump that on. I'll take an emotional support. And then you see those animals, you see those dogs, or cats, and they're just like sick as hell, and they look a lot like their owners. Kind of crazy shit, right? By the way, society has done that to their youth. That's why do you think the youth fight back? right? Let's not do that anymore. I don't know why I'm saying this, Hannah, but it comes up for you. Take a breath in, just cleaning that off you as well. So you're not a support mechanism, by the way, for anybody. You've done a great job getting rid of that. I think this will end that for you. This one, Veritas Spirit, work on eliminating my family curse, please. Sure, tired of the havoc it creates. Absolutely, you're there now. With curses or patterns, or like some people have clouds over their family. Take a breath in. With curses or or spells that get cast, or even voodoo, how those things work, okay, is that there's a weakness within you that allows that thing to penetrate within you. And then as it penetrates, it creates a toxin or a poison within you. And then, it's inside you, and then it demonizes you on the inside. Okay. Take a deep breath in. If you read the last few, I think that's called surahs, right, of the Quran, and it doesn't matter what religion you are. It's a book of knowledge. Okay, just like the Bible is a book of knowledge. It doesn't matter what religion you are. You don't have to believe in all the things. But if you read the last three surahs, it's basically gives you um, um, like a blessing for you. So I would suggest reading those last three. It's quite amazing. I don't know if somebody could put it up, but basically it's the evil whispering into your ear, and then that's where that demonism comes through. That's where that inner fighting that you see in your family comes through. Okay, and it explains it really, really well for you. Okay, so all right, we'll move on. Athea, you are absolutely correct. Amazing impact sessions. Thank you so much. Would love a scan. Sure. That was Dane Miller. Yeah, amazing impact. So Dane, you're actually getting out of your head. I think, oh, you were scared, or yeah, you're scared. Okay. Something happened to you as a young child, and it's like you got scared and you just went into your head, right? And then you froze in time, Dane. So you've done a great job disconnecting from that. You're starting to come into your body, but let's just help you eliminate that completely, where you can just step into your complete body and have like autonomy for you. Okay, Dane? You've done, again, a great job cleaning all this stuff out with whatever you've done with XI, maybe a human upgrade and all that. Now it's okay. Sometimes people need that confirmation. So basically, I'm telling you, it's okay to come back into your body. It's safe. It's a safe space. And as you come into your body, take a breath in again, Dane. As you come into your body, you'll start to see, well, this reality really beautiful. It's like you'll see, just like, gosh, my hands are so beautiful. It's amazing how they all work and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. So nice job, Dane, by the way. Um, wow. Okay. Yep. Thanks. This is Nirvana, the last three surahs. Yeah. Really amazing. Athea, Big Fat Cloud. Yep. This is CP 123. Would love a scan, please. By the way, if you're really liking this, please subscribe and like this channel, please, and tell your friends about it, especially the sciencey people, right? To kind of push them to really awaken. Not to criticize them, or ridicule them, but again, push them to awaken that there's more. All the great scientists of the world, Niels Bohr, Einstein, and all those people, they always went against the system. They went against their own peers. And now Neil deGrasse Tyson is talking about, well, you need peer review. We need this. If people like that, Dennis, was it Dennis Feynman? I was reading about him and time dilation and so on. If those scientists needed peer reviews, shit, we'd still be back in the Stone Ages. Right. So again, don't allow your science or your politics or your religions to hold you back. Go forth into your greatest opportunities that are out there waiting for you. Okay. Nature doesn't need to prove anything to anybody. You shouldn't either. So again, explore, expand. So again, like this channel. And then I lost track of this one, Cassandra Kuehl. I would appreciate a scan from from past cult religious power over structure and liberation. I actually had my guides partner me with a new puppy. Is this a good fit for my puppy? Yes, actually. So what we do with pets is like we turn them back into what they should be: a cat, a dog, a horse, a snake, whatever. Again, because a lot of people use it as dumping grounds. It's like, gosh, another vessel. No, so we purify your pets. I think there is actually a pet meditation, and as that pet say purifies itself, you become pure as well, because it's like, hey, I'm a fucking dog and that's all I am. And as that dog is resonates with pure dog frequencies, not a version of humans, that human goes, gosh, you know what, I need to be a pure version of human. That's how pets actually help you, not the other way around, not the way society does it. Yeah, so for you, gosh, I forgot. Oh, Cassandra, for the past call, you have great abilities, by the way, which come with a heavy cost. Okay. And sometimes when you use those abilities, you're like going, well, I still need that service, right? So again, so when you benefit from that, it puts a tax on you. So in Healing Mastery, we talk about that. People who have great abilities, but it comes with a heavy cost, heavy price tag, right? From either past, the sins of the father, right? That's what we talk about. So yes, disconnecting you from that, where you can have your own internal abilities, power your own internal connection or your intelligence to power the abilities that you have. So what I was doing for you is just disconnecting you from that. CPU 123 coming back to you, and then we'll call it a day. So CP 123. Again, not a doctor or anything like that, but it just seems like there's somebody in your family, or it might be you. I don't know if they took the vaccines or something like that, or you might have just gotten COVID from it, which is similar to the vaccine. It's pretty much the same thing. There's something going on with your blood structure where it crystallizes. Okay. So you might want to check that out. Again, I'm not diagnosing you. I'm just telling you what I see. Could be a madman. Who knows? But again, you want to check that out for sure. Okay. Because it's like there's some kind of crystallization that's happening for you. Or yeah, you might be like diabetic type patterns, those kind of patterns. So again, watch what you're eating. It's highly, highly important. By the way, guys, as we move into a new consciousness, a new reality, the things that are lies for you, like for example, the food system, right? It's not even food anymore. I don't know what the hell it is. It's mostly plastics. Your body goes, what the fuck? What is this stuff? And it doesn't know what to do with it. And then we get issues like, diabetes, and so on like that. It's not a natural disease, by the way. It's an after effect of eating improper sugars that your body can't recognize. So that's the one biggest thing that I see in you. So just be careful of that, or that might be running in your family and you're a burden taker of that family member. Okay, so either way, take a breath in. So, just adding on to that, your identity is not your identity. So, if you, for example, have an intimate other, their burdens or their identity just gets plopped on you over time, and this is where you just feel heavy, just really, really heavy, and it's like, shit, I can't get this weight off me. I don't know what it is, and then you cling on to that whoever you're carrying the burden even more. So it's just a vicious cycle. So let's break that pattern for you. Take a breath in. It seems like you might be new to XI, or you are just awakening to the powers of XI. So either way, you're just awakening to the power of yourself. So just helping you remove that so you can come of your own, again, autonomy, right? Breath in again, huh? All right. So in you all as well, we'll all just take a deep breath in, just pull all those frequencies in you. Just notice your upper chest, pull in the confidence, the completeness of who you are. There we go. All right, and stay that way. Right? Don't allow anybody to take that away from you. Okay. And then pull in more of your identity, not other people's identity, of your own identity, of your own pure presence. And as you do that, you become that light to really help people, to help society. And that's how we change. We transform. And nobody can control us. Right? That's what we want, right? Full autonomy. Nobody can control you. That's what XI is about. All right, guys. As we end, notice what you notice the details. And again, please like and subscribe to this channel. All right. Peace.